Welcome. In front of me is the new Samsung Galaxy XCover 7, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at the phone itself. So anyway, let's just get straight into it. Oh, actually I don't need a knife, I can just pull these tabs off. Hopefully the second side will be better. No, of course it's not. It's Samsung, why would I expect something that is designed well? Not sure if that was deep enough. By the looks of it, it wasn't. Fantastic. There we go. Okay, so inside we get the typical non-existing accessories. So we have just cable and the phone, and that's about it. I don't even need to check the rest of the package. I already know what's in here. Interestingly enough, we do have a removable battery. The phone, at least without the battery, feels very plasticky, and oh, it is made out of plastic actually. Let's see, where's the little pull tab? There we go. Okay. Now, obviously, because this has a removable battery, we can say goodbye to any kind of like actual water resistance. So let's see, do we have any kind of IP rating? We have a 68 IP rating, which is dust and water apparently resistant up to 1.5 meters for 35 minutes. I will say press X to doubt here, just because if we actually take that back off, there's no freaking way that all of this is watertight, or this, though actually never mind, this does have a seal right here, so it goes around. But any kind of debris gets here, and if you're using this phone for work, you might just get some dust in here as well, which will reduce the seal. And obviously this is just a plastic cover, it just might kind of pop out, get bent out of shape a little bit, and all the sealing that should have been going on is just kind of gone. So yeah, I don't believe this one. In any case, so we put that back on and boot it up, and we presented with a 6.6-inch display running a resolution of 1080 by 2408 pixels. It is an IPS LCD display with a brightness of about 600 nits, 77% screen to body ratio, and a pixel density of about 400 pixels per inch. Let's give it a second. Okay, anyway, this is kind of booting up still, so let's flip it over and take a look at the camera. Here we have a single camera, which is a 50 megapixel wide sensor, and can record videos at 1080p 30 frames. And then at the front we have a selfie, which is a 5 megapixel wide sensor. So once the screen is on, you can kind of see how outdated, oops, not this one, let's zoom it out. So you can see how outdated the device looks like. It is, well, in terms of the bezels, they are quite substantial right here. And this device was released in 2024. So to release a phone this year and make it look this fugly, it's surprising. Now, additional thing that I want to point out is this device is what Samsung would consider budget. And I shit you not, this device comes at a mid-range price while offering everything that is budget. So let's actually just start to tear this phone apart, because that's kind of how I'm gonna go about it. There's no redeeming qualities for it. So as a rugged device, it has no rubber all around, not a single part. It's all plastic. So for a rugged device to be made solely out of plastic, it's the most stupidest thing I have ever seen. As if you drop it, it obviously gets scuffed up. Plastic isn't necessarily the most durable material, so number one, it will basically bend out of shape and break. The damage that will basically be put into it will transfer to the glass, so glass will probably break from if you drop it from on an angle. As well, like I said, plastic isn't that durable. Obviously, once it gets scuffed up, you can't do anything about it. You can't remove the case, and because it's made out of plastic, it's going to be scuffed up easier than, for instance, an aluminum frame. Now, in terms of the back casing right here, it's plastic, and that's fine. For durability reasons, obviously it's going to be better compared to glass. Glass would break easier, and if this phone is catering to people that are working outdoors for more of like a work phone, obviously you want something that will not break as easily. If you drop this, obviously it won't break the back, so that's good. But rest of the phone, like angles, edges, and corners, yeah, those won't be as good as something like aluminum, I would assume. Now, continuing on into the internals, which is where the phone starts to completely fall apart based on the price, the price is about $400 US. That is already including a tax. I just want to point that out. But for $400, you don't get much here. So, moving into the internals, we have only a 4050 milliamp hour battery with the shittiest charging of 15 watts, which, like, 2024, hello Samsung, just fix your shit. This is just absolutely a joke at this point. Like, if you continuously gonna release phones that can barely charge at 20 watts, you might just as well stop making phones. It's getting absolutely infuriating. Now, continuing, the processor in here is a Dimensity 6100 Plus. So again, basically budget processor, catering more towards like mid-range, but it's nothing great. 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of built-in storage with no expandable storage, if I remember correctly. There we go, getting that off. Oh no, we do have. So you basically place your SD card at the top and SIM card at the bottom. Though to place the SIM card, you need to remove the battery. Okay. So, that's that. So now let's go into the kind of like overview of this and just talk about what we don't have. So we don't have a good design right here. We don't have a good display here. We don't have high refresh rate. We don't have a bright display. We don't have a good processor. We don't have a big battery. We don't have fast charging. We don't have wireless charging. We don't have anything that you'd expect at this price range. This is basically, by all intents and purposes, a budget phone at a mid-range price. And Samsung has been doing this for quite some time, specifically for like their premium phones. That's where you get scammed the most. But this one, honestly, in terms of how shitty the phone is for what you get to pay for it, it's astonishing that they even decided to make this. And just to kind of point that out, I'm going to give you an alternative, though it won't be Samsung because F Samsung, to be honest. I'm going to give you a Poco alternative and just kind of give you my idea of just a better device. Even for work purposes, it might not be rugged by design, but neither is this one. It's just rugged by looks, and that's about it. So, the phone that I'm going to talk about will be specifically the Poco X6 Pro, which was released not long ago. I think it was at the beginning of 2024 or at the end of 2023. In any case, it's going to be better in every single way compared to this device in terms of price and specifications. And it might not be a rugged device, so I do understand that, but for the price that you get to save, you can slap in a massively like super chunky case on that one and, well, make it more rugged than this one. And once the case gets damaged from continuous abuse, you can just replace it, something that you can't do with plastic here. And obviously also slap in a tempered glass on that and it will be more rugged than this phone is, which is well, kind of hilarious. Like I said, it's a Poco X6 Pro, and just to kind of give you an understanding of the differences between these two devices, specifications specifically, just kind of open up the spec sheet right here. So display-wise, it's going to have a higher resolution display, bigger size, bigger battery, better screen type being AMOLED with higher refresh rate, higher brightness, better screen to body ratio, better pixel density, better front glass itself, as it's Corner Gorilla Glass 5, unlike this one, which isn't even specified. Then internally, it's going to have a significantly faster processor. We're talking about like basically flagship grade of Dimensity, being 8300 Ultra. More RAM at the very base, more storage at the very base, faster storage type, better cameras at the front and the back, and faster charging, bigger battery. I think I already mentioned the bigger battery. And more cameras in general for basically a wider range of needs. So we have wide, ultra wide, macro, though I wouldn't count macro as it's just 2 megapixels, so that's a joke in any case. But yeah, in any case, like I said, this phone, meaning the Poco X6 Pro, will cost less than this one, while giving you significantly faster and better device over this one. And with the money that you save up, you can just buy a like really tough case, one of like aluminum ones, or super like chunky silicone ones if you want, rubber, slap in another tempered glass on top of that, and that phone will be significantly more rugged compared to this one, which is made fully out of plastic, and rugged is just the look of it and nothing else. And obviously you will save up some money, so it's honestly a win-win by not going with this phone. If this phone, let me put it this way, if this phone was selling for like below $300, that's including tax, I would say sure, but you get to pay the Samsung tax right here, and that's not worth it, at least in my book. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.